Welcome to the Dr. Dare Show. My name is Dr. Frederick Dare. I am a therapist here in Atlanta, Georgia, and welcome to my channel. But before we get started, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Yes, you subscribe, like this video, share it, and click the little bell at the bottom of the screen so that you will get updates of when I upload new content. We usually cover hot topics or mental health issues. Today is a hot topic and a mental health issue. Because this is May, which is Mental Health Awareness Month, the theme of this show is suicide, and the question that we're asking is, did Saniya Dennis commit suicide? Did Saniya Dennis commit suicide? So let me give you a little background of the story. So this story is about Saniya. She's 19 years old, a sophomore at Buffalo State College. So on April 24th, there seems like there was an altercation between Saniya and her boyfriend over the phone to where they broke up. So allegedly Saniya was upset about this, and she tried to contact this boyfriend over like 66 times allegedly. And when he didn't answer, she texted him and said, I'm going to commit suicide, allegedly. And so I guess after that altercation and after she couldn't reach her boyfriend, she decided to call another male friend, and they talked for like 4 hours, and the male friend allegedly says that he was trying to talk Saniya out of committing suicide. And so I guess after the 4-hour call, he assumed that she was okay, but then the cameras show that after that call, Saniya got some personal items out of her dorm room and threw those items into a trash can. We don't know what they are because this case is still under investigation for her disappearance. And so from that 4 hours, her phone, and somehow the police tracked her going and getting on a bus going to Niagara Falls. And so from there, they said her phone pinged from like Goat Island, G-O-A-T Island. I guess that's somewhere in the state park, that Niagara Falls State Park vicinity. And so they sent out some dogs to track her scent, and the dogs, went to the shoreline as if they wanted to jump over, and that was where they stopped. They couldn't find her scent anywhere. So the county district attorney, John Flynn, they pronounced this as a suicide, like her death as a suicide. But the family doesn't believe that this is a suicide. They feel like that some of this evidence was disturbed or something wasn't right, and I think they're still, probably wanting their own investigation, which I understand, and I'm not here to judge. But what I did want to, they have a few questions, I guess. Like, they feel like, like I said, the evidence has been disturbed. But what I wanted to highlight is the issues with suicide, and what does it look like when someone's going to commit suicide. I know in training we're taught, as therapists, we're taught to ask the person, are they going to commit suicide? And if they say yes, and if they have a plan, then you want to take them seriously. And so I found from the Mayo Clinic, it says suicide, what to do when someone is suicidal. And the first thing it says is start by asking questions, kind of like what I said. Are you going to kill yourself? A lot of people probably are afraid to ask that question, but there has been no evidence that has been proven that somebody's going to kill themselves. So these are the questions they have on here, and so I'll read those. How are you coping with what's been happening in your life? Do you ever feel like just giving up? Are you thinking about dying? Are you thinking about hurting yourself? Are you thinking about committing suicide? Have you ever thought about suicide before or tried to harm yourself before? Have you thought about how often or when you want to do it? Do you have access to weapons or things that can be used as weapons to harm yourself? So it's kind of like my basic question I said. If they have a plan, they thought about all this stuff. Asking about suicidal thoughts or feelings won't push someone into doing something self-destructive. In fact, offering an opportunity to talk about feelings may reduce the risk of acting on suicidal feelings. So here are some warning signs that they're saying that we should look for. You can't always tell when a loved one or friend is considering suicide, but here are some common signs, they say. Talking about suicide, the person constantly talking about suicide. For example, making statements such as, I'm going to kill myself. Getting the means to take your own life, such as buying a gun or stockpiling pills. Withdrawing from social contacts and wanting to be left alone. Having mood swings, such as being emotional high one day and deeply discouraged the next day. Being preoccupied with death, dying, or violence. Feeling trapped or hopeless about a situation. Increasing use of alcohol or drugs. Changing normal routine, including eating or sleeping patterns. Doing risky or self-destructive things such as using drugs or driving recklessly. Giving away belongings or getting affairs in order when there is no other logical explanation for doing these things. Saying goodbye to people as if they won't be seen again. And developing personality changes or being severely anxious or agitated, particularly when experiencing some of the warning signs listed above. So there are some of the signs. You can play this video back, send it to someone who you feel like may need this video to help them, but I wanted to highlight like what to look for, and then call 911 if there's an emergency, and then there is a National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. It's 800-273-TALK or 1-800-273-8255, and you can talk to a counselor there. So that national prevention number is 1-800-273-8255. And so if you have any information about Saniya, the family is still looking for him, and like I said, this is still looking for her. This is still an open investigation for her disappearance because they haven't found her body, even though they're saying that it looks like she jumped over, into the Niagara Falls, but they haven't found her body. So this case is still under investigation for her disappearance because she hasn't been found. So if you have any information on the case, like I said, this happened April 25th to April 25th. During that time period, I think the last time her phone was pinged was like 1:23 a.m. on April 25th. And the number, if you have any information about this case, is 1-800, no, that's not the number, sorry. You can just call 911 if you're in that area and speak to a detective. I thought I wrote it down, but I didn't. Let's see. Yeah, but if you have any information, that's the suicide line. So, anyway, just wanted to bring you this story. I'm not sure what to think. I understand the family wants more information because it is their loved one. But, I don't know. What are your thoughts out there? Do you think Saniya committed suicide, or do you think needs to be more investigation into all the people that are surrounding her, or who the last person she was with or talked to or whatever? But yeah, let me know your thoughts. Again, suicide it's almost like a number one thing that people kill themselves. It's a high suicide rate is what I'm trying to say. I don't know why I feel all discombobulated. But anyway, play the video back. Like I said, if you know someone or you feel like someone is suicidal, they're having suicidal thoughts, suicidal ideation, the number is 1-800-273-8255 for the suicide hotline. Or if they're in immediate danger, of course you always call 911. So thank you for listening and have a great weekend.